YouTube, good morning. Long time no see. I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in almost a year, which is not out of the ordinary for me. So, but I ain't gonna do all that chit chat about the past. Within these next 30 days, from whenever this video gets uploaded, the plan is to have 5 more videos uploaded. I'm trying to have at least 6 videos uploaded in the next 30 days. I would just say for the month, but it's still May, and I don't feel like waiting until June to start uploading for no reason. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, we finna get into this video. Y'all go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna say that in the beginning, so y'all can hear me say it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the support. Today we have, what if you were an undercover KKK member? What if you were undercover in the KKK? If I was undercover in the KKK, first of all, let me tell y'all, nobody would find out. Nobody. I don't think y'all understand how stealthily I move. Y'all don't understand how stealthily I move. I really get stuff done. Like, what's that movie with Denzel Washington's son? Yeah, that's me. That's how I be in the KKK. I be having them running rambunctious. They be running circles trying to figure out who I am. Whole time, it's a, you know what I'm saying? So that's, yeah, but let's go ahead. I'm going to do all that chit chat and let's go ahead and get into the video.
2 men broke into your house last night to end you. You did what you had to do. Now you're sitting at a table.
Chat, what are y'all doing? If someone breaks into your house, do you feel like you'd be ready for that? Do y'all feel like you'd be ready? Like, if somebody broke into your house? Because I really don't know. I feel like it depends. Like, one of the first purchases I want to make after I get a house is a gun, so I can be ready for something like that. But you just never know unless it happens.
Across from the man who sent them, and he's asking if you want more coffee. But that's the middle of the story. Let's go back to the beginning. You get the assignment on a Tuesday. Your supervisor slides a folder across the desk and says just 3 words. We need you. Inside the folder is a name and a photograph. The man in the photo looks like someone's grandfather. Your supervisor tells you this man is the leader of his local Ku Klux Klan. Your job is to become.
Why do y'all want me? My first question for this video is this person that I'm supposed to be a white person or a black person? I think that is a very important detail. Because why are you asking me if I'm black? Why are you asking me to go undercover in the Ku Klux Klan? Now, if I'm white, completely understandable. I get it. It's not too much of a hefty task. I actually might be a little more inclined. Because you really got to sit back and think about it. Why would you be putting me in this circumstance? You're risking my life. You're already risking it because I'm not a part of the KKK. So if I'm white, they're looking at me like, oh, so you actually like black people. You actually like minorities. But I'm black. So they already don't like me. So you're really risking my life, putting me in a situation, talking about you need me. What could I possibly be doing for you?
His friend. What your supervisor doesn't tell you, what he can't tell you, is that this case is going to force you to make a decision about an innocent woman that has no good answer. A decision that will keep you up for years after it's over. But that comes later. First, you have to become someone else entirely. You move to the man's town 6 weeks before you even try to meet him. You rent a small place, you get a job at the hardware store on Main, you wave at neighbors, you learn which diner has the best biscuits, and you go there every morning at 6:12 until the waitress pours your coffee before you sit down. You become a regular, a man with a pickup truck.
Do I get to have a partner? I feel like that's a very important question. Do I get to be with somebody? Do I have to do this entire 6 weeks and whatever mission follows the 6 weeks by myself? Because why am I becoming a regular for this waitress? I need to know if she needs that. And if she does, can I fulfill her wishes? It's just a question. It's just a question. It's just... I'm just immersing myself within the video, within the topic at hand. I'm just immersing myself in the
a pickup truck and a grudge about the federal government. That's your cover. A man who hates the system. You don't rant, you let it.
He's smoking that Banyan? Is that gas? Or is that a cigarette? I feel like that's gotta be gas. It's green. He's smoking a Black and Mild.
Slip out in pieces. A comment about taxes, a shake of the head when the news comes on, fake work history, fake ex-wife in Tallahassee.
Am I immersing myself like in private too? Why am I shaking my head at the news in private? Nobody's around me. Why? Who care?
You build a backstory so tight that a shake of the head when the news comes on, fake work history, fake ex-wife in Tallahassee. You
fake ex-wife, so I do get play. It said I'm really, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My bad.
Build a backstory so tight that no one should suspect anything. The problem is, should. Because on day 9, a man in a gray truck parks across the street from your house for 40 minutes. He doesn't get out. He doesn't check a phone. He just sits there with the engine running, looking at your front door. Could be nothing. Could be a guy waiting on a friend. You write down his plate number anyway. First contact with the target happens at a cookout 3 weeks later. Someone introduces you to the man from the photograph. His name is Dale. He shakes your hand and asks where you're from. You answer. He talks about his tomato garden for 10 straight minutes. Soil mix, deer problems, how the heat's been rough this year. You nod. You don't know anything about tomato gardens, but your grandma loved gardening. You tell him you actually love to garden as well, using whatever you can remember. You're connecting with him, relating to him. Major progress.
What if my grandma loved gardening and I did not pay attention to her? We're just assuming. We're assuming. Like, what if I never paid attention to the stuff my grandma was saying about gardening? Now what? There's nothing else we can connect on. It has to be gardening. Like, he don't like sports.
Then you do it. You slip in some comments to let him know you're an ally. Comments that make him understand you're on the same side.
He looks nervous. I look nervous. I look like I don't even know what I'm talking about. I look like I'm trying to convince him of something. This is terrible. This is terrible.
He smiles, but that's all. For now. A week later, Dale invites you to a meeting. It's a back room behind a machine shop. 12 men, folding chairs, fluorescent light buzzing overhead. The room smells like motor oil and cigarettes. You notice.
Okay. In this situation, am I black? Only because a room full of 12 white men, the video would stop here. They would be getting rid of me. I'd be unalived if I'm black. Now, if I'm white, carry on with the mission. If I'm black,
two men in the corner immediately. They're not talking to anyone. They're not eating. They're watching. One of them has his chair angled so his back isn't against the wall. It's against the door. Nobody sits like that by accident. The other strange thing about this room is how normal it feels. The people there, they're your neighbors, your mechanic, the type of guy who may have patched your roof last spring. They laugh the same way. They complain about gas prices. You sit, you listen, you keep your answers short, nod at the right moments. Let the silence do the work. The talk starts harmless. The economy.
You know, now that I think about that, you never really know who's a part of the KKK around you. I live in a very white neighborhood. I live in an extremely white neighborhood. Everybody in this neighborhood could be a Ku Klux Klan member. The entirety, this whole neighborhood. And I could never know. I could never know.
The usual how things used to be. Then it shifts. They slowly stop holding back. The language gets uglier, and by the end, they're saying things that twist your stomach, and they're saying them like they're talking about the weather. You drive home, parking.
Aren't you tired of filthy I'm sorry. Like, imagine like you sitting there and they're just like, imagine you're somebody who just thinks all these people are normal, and you go to meet up with them and they just talking about every minority, throwing every slur, just calling them all type of N words, C words, S words, talking about slavery, and you just sitting there eating it up because it's your job. And then you let one slip out. I'm on to you.
Your driveway. You know there's a problem already. Those two men who watched you the entire night never blinked. Do they already know you're undercover? No, they can't. It's not possible. You realize you're just being paranoid. One thing is for sure. Next Thursday, you have to walk back into that room. Your FBI handler wants a report every 72 hours. You drive 12 miles to a payphone near a closed shop and make the call fast. Never the same phone twice, never the same route home.
Oh my Lord. You telling me you want me to go every 3 days driving 12 plus miles to make a phone call? What? Who, am I working for the FBI? What am I working for? I thought it was a sheriff department. I thought I was a local cop. Why am I doing all this as a local cop?
You become paranoid about being paranoid. If you're too careful, they notice. If you're not careful enough, you miss something. Or worse, you get caught. And getting caught here isn't an arrest. It's much worse.
You know what it is. You're done. You're done. No more. Your air cut. And probably your neck too.
So you adjust. You forget a weekly meeting once so you seem normal. You make yourself imperfect on purpose. Next Thursday, you go back. The two watchers are completely different this time. Friendly, laughing. One of them pats your shoulder when you walk in, like you've known each other for years. That scares you more than the staring did. 3 weeks in, Dale invites you to his house for dinner. His wife makes pot roast. His granddaughter sits on his lap and shows you a drawing she made at school. Dale...
Y'all saw what I saw? Why is your granddaughter drawing that? Why is your granddaughter drawing that? Ooh. I have no words. I actually have no other words. Let's just continue.
Looks at you and says, "You're good people. I'm glad you moved here." And you feel it. A real warmth in
Imagine
your
being
chest.
told you're good
For
people
half a
because you think
second,
you're racist.
you forget what this man is. You forget why you're sitting at his table. You just feel like someone's friend. You drive home and sit in your driveway for 20 minutes with the engine running. That's the moment you realize this job doesn't just ask you to pretend to be someone else. It asks you to become someone else. And the longer you stay, the harder it gets to remember which one is real. The next day...
You saying I forgot that I'm not a racist? Like, imagine you sitting there. Dang. Do I actually hate black people? Like, what? What are we talking about? Like, you sitting there, wow, I actually kind of like making fun of minorities. Like, wow, actually, yeah. I don't like Mexican people. What? Actually, yeah. Asians are annoying. And those dark skin mud tar.
Dale pulls you aside after the meeting, puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Next week, we need to talk to you about something." You smile and say sure. That sentence means one of two things. They trust you enough to go deeper, or they think there's something off about you. Next week, you pull into the machine shop lot.
Who is this, Big Terry? Barquitas? Who y'all got in front of me? Who is this large specimen y'all have sitting in front of me? It's only my 4th week.
Something is already wrong. Dale, the two watchers, a fourth man you've never seen before who is built like a refrigerator and hasn't smiled once since you walked in. The door closes behind you. You hear the lock turn. Then the big man steps forward. Take your shirt off. Your stomach drops.
Pause. What in the world we got going on? This is my first time ever talking to you. You are 6'5", 240, solid muscle. And the first thing you said to me after patting my head was take my shirt off. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but just know this is my last time ever showing up here. Thank you.
You're wearing a wire. You have exactly 1 second to keep your face steady. You laugh and say, "Excuse me?" "We check everyone who comes into a conversation like this," Dale says. His voice is flat. His eyes are not friendly. Your brain is running at 1,000 miles an hour. The wire runs along the inside lining of your jacket. The transmitter is sewn into the collar. One device, one place to find it. You pull your shirt over your head. You hand it to the refrigerator. He runs his hands across every seam. He checks the collar. He checks everything. Then he hands it back. "Jacket too," he says. You take it off. He turns the jacket inside out. His fingers move across the lining toward the collar. You watch his hands. You cannot look away. You just stare at his fingers moving 1 inch at a time toward the sewn transmitter, and you think that this is it. They caught you. His fingers stop half an inch short. He hands it back. "He's clean," he says. Dale nods, and now
He ain't want it bad enough. I would have caught him. He didn't want to catch you. That's why. He likes you. He likes you a little too much. He knows something was there. That's why you end up getting people sent on you. I'm telling y'all right now, you end up getting people sent on you in this situation because they knew about the wire, but they didn't say nothing. There's no way you didn't catch that wire. There's no way you didn't catch that. I would have caught it. Hire me.
apparently they trust you. Dale sits down. The four men lean in, and that's when he says her name. A civil rights attorney in Atlanta. He describes how she's been helping send their friends to jail. He describes what needs to happen to make her stop. He's saying she needs to disappear. You sit in that chair absorbing a murder plot against an innocent person, and you nod slowly. But even after the check, the two watchers in the corner still haven't relaxed. Their eyes move to you every few minutes. They ran the test. You passed the test. But they still don't believe you. You wonder if it was something you said. Or maybe they could sense your nervousness during the wire check. Either way, you need to be even more careful now. You drive to the payphone. You're 2 miles out when you see headlights behind you. You don't speed up. You make a right turn. The headlights turn right. You make a left, then another right, then a left again. The headlights stay exactly 4 car lengths back through every single turn. Then they pull off suddenly onto a side road and the headlights disappear. At the time...
Have y'all ever been followed in a car like that? Have you ever been followed in a car like that? I be doing that sometimes. Like when I'm on the way back home, true story. When I be on the way back home, I be like driving, and it's a neighborhood over here that I come out of. I have to go through before I get to my neighborhood. So I go through this neighborhood back here. I come up, hit the main road, make a right, come down, make another right into my neighborhood. So I be coming up, and if a car is following me, like let's say I'm all the way off the expressway, and I take the main roads to the back roads, I take back roads to get to my crib. If a car is following me all the way that whole time, and I start peeping it, I'll come into my neighborhood, and I'll drive right past my crib. But usually they end up making a right because there's another section to my neighborhood back over here. So like I'll be driving, go past my crib, they make a right. Then I'll make a right at the other end of my neighborhood, and I'll see them like pull into the driveway. I'm like, hey, cool. But I do that every time I think a car is following me. I would not lie to y'all, because the last thing I'm gonna do is get caught up lacking, and now you know where my house is at because you trying to find something about me. My parents have always taught me, like, you always be wary of people. Always gotta be wary of people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. Y'all should really do that more. A lot of people are not cautious enough around people. Yeah, like y'all don't be here for real. That's what it is. I don't be there for real either. So you know what I'm saying? But I be more there than y'all are. That's my point. What I'm saying is,
You think you lost them. You make your call to your handler and you drive home. Then, a stone's throw away from your front door, you see it. A car parked tight against the wall of an abandoned house on the left side of your street, hidden from every direction except yours. From that exact position, your front door is completely visible. That's when you understand. The tail wasn't trying to follow you. They wanted to see you leave. While you were gone, someone else moved into position. You act like you went to bed, but you don't sleep. You lie there with your hand 3 inches from a silenced pistol on the nightstand. Every sound the house makes sets your nerves on.
I could never do a job like this. I'm too anxious of a person. I could never do a job like that. Cause like as soon as you join the police force, it's like FBI, CIA, NEI, bro, your life is always in danger. Even if you're off the clock, you can't relax. And if you have a family, your family's life is in danger. Because anything that you get involved in for work or anything that your partners get involved in for work can get traced back to you. Let's say people within just your police station are doing something. The whole station is at risk now. I could never be an officer. I could never do that. Never. No. That's how you risk your life. Shout out to the officers. Shout out to all the ones, not the corrupt ones, not the racist ones, but the ones who really are doing their job. They really handling business. Shout out to y'all, because if it wasn't for the police, I don't know what we do, but I know I wouldn't do it. Y'all are great people.
Edge. At 2 a.m., you hear it. The back door. Someone picking the lock, taking their time, trying to be quiet. Then the softest creak of a hinge you've ever heard. You roll off the bed onto the floor, pistol in hand. You press your back against the wall beside the bedroom door and you wait. You left $200 in cash on the kitchen table, visible from the doorway. They walk right past it. You hear one set of footsteps moving toward the bedroom. Then they stop. Dead stop. Right outside your door. That's when you realize it. The picture of you and your sister on the wall. It's at your graduation. You were in full federal gear. They're looking at it right now. They know.
You can't be doing something like that. You can't get caught up. It's you have one task. Go undercover for the KKK. How are you gonna go undercover and you have a picture from your graduation, from your police academy, FBI graduation? You have a picture sitting there right in your house. What are we talking about right now?
Come through the bedroom door fast and low. The man spins around. It's one of the 2 watchers. He gets one hand up before you close the distance, and then it's a brawl in the dark. You take a hit to the ribs that would have dropped a smaller man. You hear him call for help. Another set of footsteps starts moving up the stairs fast.
You gotta up 5.
You end it with a pistol. One shot, suppressed. In a dark house on a quiet street at 2 a.m., it sounds like a book dropped on a hardwood floor. Then another one. The second man is down.
To the jugular.
You stand in your own hall.
He smacked him right in the neck with that shot. That hand. Let's hold on. I gotta go back though. I gotta go back to that. That combat. That hand-to-hand combat. What am I, ninja from the Hidden Leaf?
One of
always
the
throwing
2
hands.
watchers.
Look at this.
He gets one hand up before you close the distance, and then it's a brawl in the dark.
Wham!
You take a hit to the ribs that would have dropped.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. If that's how I'm coming, if I'm fighting like that, I wouldn't be mad. That was a cheap shot. That's what that was. Look at what he wearing. He got the Naruto. Yeah, I'm a ninja from the Hidden Leaf. That's what it is. That's why I dropped the gun, went straight to the hands. I wasn't even worried about shooting him. I went straight to the paws. Put your paws up. That's what it is. That's what it is.
A smaller man. You hear the second man is down. You stand in your own hallway and the house is quiet again. Your hands are shaking and you can't make them stop. Then you get to work. You spend the next 3 hours cleaning up a situation that cannot exist. 2 men who were never here. At 5 a.m., you sit at your kitchen table and you think about what comes.
Oh my Lord, that's so much to clean. Having to clean up 2 people that I just made disappear. Like, imagine that you just made 2 people disappear. You gotta clean it up by yourself. That's a lot of red dye in GTA. That's a lot. That is a lot.
Next, they sent 2 men to confirm their suspicion, and neither of them is coming back with an answer. When 2 men don't report back, the people who sent them draw their own conclusions. You talk to your handler. He wants you to stay undercover, at least for the next meeting. You tell him you need backup. Close. He says it's already in motion. You have exactly 14 hours before that meeting, and you have to walk in there like nothing happened. It's time. The machine shop. You walk in and Dale looks at you for exactly 1 second longer than usual. You seen the rest of the guys? He asks. Like who? You say. He shrugs. 2 guys who were supposed to check in with me this morning. They said they wanted to look into something. I haven't heard from them. You lean against the wall and cross your arms. People flake, you say. Dale watches your face. 5 full seconds. Then he nods slowly and moves on.
I'm not comfortable with Big Terry in this situation. That's a large man. Hold on. That's a large man. Do you know what Big Terry does to people? Do you know what Big Terry is capable of? I'm not messing with it. I can't be in a room with Dale and Big Terry. That's what we're naming him. This unit is Big Terry. Might even be Barquitas. And if you know those names, you know what I'm talking about. Not messing with it. Not messing with it.
That's when it happens. The refrigerator locks the door. Dale asks you to sit down. You ask him what this is all about, but he cuts you off and tells you to sit down again. You sit. Dale pulls a chair across the floor and sits 2 feet in front of you, close enough that you can smell the cigarette smoke on his collar. I'm going to ask you something, he says, and I need you to look me in the eye when you answer. You look him in the eye. Did you have anything to do with my guys going missing? No, you say. No hesitation, no.
You know what I'm wondering? Have all these meetings been KKK meetings? Because that means I've been to some meetings prior to y'all checking me. But like, where does the KKK part come in at? Because why wouldn't y'all checking me when I first came to the meetings and y'all checked me? But then nothing, after y'all checked me, nobody else has been here. It's just been 4 of us or 5 of us instead of 13. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Where does the racial come in? You know what I'm saying? Where does the Ku Klux part of the Klan come in? Because right now it's just looking very clicky. Oh my gosh. It's looking very clicky. I don't know whether or not to be comfortable because a lot of people are not here anymore. You know, my mechanic, my neighbors, my engineer, they're all gone. It's just Dale, Big Terry, and 2 dudes that I made disappear in GTA. Somebody is not explaining something. There's details missing, and I don't like it.
You say it the way a man says something that's obviously true. Dale stares at you for a long time. You can hear the fluorescent light buzzing. You can hear your own pulse. Then he leans back. All right, he says. Then we move forward. You want some coffee? Then he asks the refrigerator to go look for them. In the meantime, he moves forward with the plan. He slides a photograph across the table. It's the attorney, taken outside her office, time-stamped 2 days ago. Friday night, Dale says. Her husband leaves for a conference. She'll be alone. He looks at you. You're driving. And there it is. The decision from the beginning. The one with no good answer. If you say no, every ounce of your trust you've built collapses. Dale connects the dots, the missing men, your hesitation. You don't make it out of this room. If you say yes, you become part of a murder plot against an innocent woman. Even if the FBI steps in to stop it, you have to ride with these men toward her house, knowing that if anything goes wrong, if the timing is off by 30 seconds, she dies. You think about your sister. You think about...
What would y'all do? What would y'all do in this situation? Me personally, I'm just saying yes. I'm murking on the car or something like that. I don't know. But in this situation, that is a very tough hefty ask. Because what you have to think is, first off, when do the reinforcements come in? I told you I need backup maybe 2 days ago. Where are they at? You know what I'm saying? So that's already mistake number one. Mistake number two. Why was I not informed about this woman prior? Why does she not have any backup? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is I feel like this is very poorly executed. I'm still doing it though. I'm saying yes, because I can't mess up on the trust. I gotta let them think they can trust me. And while I'm driving, I'm swerving the car, hopping out, and letting it boom, kabam, and it blows up. Wham. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. But that's because I can do something like that.
The photo on the wall that you should have taken down months ago. You think about how far inside this thing you've gone and whether the person sitting in this chair is even you anymore. You nod. I'm driving, you say. Friday comes fast. You spend the day before going over the route with your handler. There are 4 intercept points. Agents at...
Those are not cigarettes. He's smoking that Banyan. He on that gas. All the way up until Friday. Straight fried. I mean, he's smoking every last ounce of everything he done bought. Stressing and worrying and preparing for Friday. He's cooked. He is cooked.
Snipers on 2 rooftops and a helicopter staged 11 minutes away. They tell you the window is tight, but manageable. Manageable. That's the word they use. You ask what happens if something goes wrong. Your handler pauses 1 second too long before he says, it won't. Friday night, 9:47 p.m. You're behind the wheel of a stolen sedan. Dale is in the passenger seat. The refrigerator is in the back with a bag you haven't looked inside. Nobody talks for the first 2 miles.
So it's just me, Dale, and Big Terry. I'm handling Big Terry first. Gotta get rid of Big Terry. I can handle Dale. They said Dale looked like somebody's granddad. If I'm young, like if I'm who I am right now, if I'm in this physique and this shape, I'm getting rid of Big Terry first. Big Terry's a threat. Dale just an old dude in my passenger seat. That's easy. Big Terry?
The only sound is the engine and the road and Dale cracking his knuckles one at a time. You pass the first intercept point. Nothing happens. You check the mirror. No lights, no movement, just a dark road behind you. You pass the second intercept point. Still nothing. Your chest gets tight. You start doing math in your head. 4 miles to her house, 2 intercept points left. If they don't move at the third one, that leaves 1 chance before you pull into her driveway. 3 miles out. Dale opens the glove box and pulls out a pair of latex gloves. He puts them on slowly, 1 finger at a time. He doesn't look at you. 2 miles.
My thing is, why are you going 1 finger? Dale, what does this say about you? Because that means you putting that glove on super freaky and you ain't looked at nobody. What are your intentions with this woman before you? You know what I'm saying? What are you trying to do with her? You lonely? You by yourself at night?
Out. The refrigerator unzips the bag. You are driving toward this woman's house and you are thinking about every single thing that has to go right in the next 90 seconds for her to survive this night. 1 mile out. Then the road lights up. Blue and red from every direction. Helicopters, loudspeakers. Dale looks at you. He doesn't say a word. He doesn't have to. His eyes say everything. You don't look back. 3 months later, Dale gets 40.
I don't know. I feel like I still would have had to murk Big Terry. That's how I'm feeling. Big Terry would have to get gone up out of here. Gotta get him up out of here. Jesus! Sorry, I can't. Like, we can't put Big Terry in jail. Big Terry's not somebody you can be putting in jail. You have to put him under the prison. Put him in solitary confinement under the prison, subject him to 30 years of Dora the Explorer and cold peas for dinner. That's what you got to do with Big Terry. You can't let a man like that, a man of that caliber of size, just go to jail. No.
The rest of them get between 15 and 25. The attorney never knows how close it actually got.
Minimum.
You go home, your real home.
Really 50.
You sit on your couch and stare at the wall and you wait for it to feel like a win. It doesn't. Because for 3 days, you were willing to drive, and you passed 2 intercept points where nothing happened and you didn't pull over. You didn't stop the car. You kept going. You'll never know for certain whether you said yes to protect the mission or because saying no might have meant dying. You tell yourself it was the mission. You tell yourself that every night.
That was a good video, man. That was a good video. I enjoyed it. I feel like it's a little unrealistic. I really don't get the whole KKK part. Like, where did the Klan part come in? You know what I'm saying? I understand why he wanted to get rid of Shorty, but what happened? But nonetheless, that was a good video. It was a great watch. I appreciate y'all for checking it out. Y'all, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you would like for me to react to. Just send it to my Instagram. It'll be somewhere in the description below. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Make sure you read that Bible. Open that word. Y'all have a great night.